I want to go back to another league race and to another new season of FTRL GT7. I think this is the first, I guess, official season, so to speak. I think the last season maybe was just a test bed for things and to get things underway again. But anyways, a new season, lots of new changes. So let's go through them quickly before we get on to the actual race here itself. The type of races don't really change from last year. There are going to be sprint races and there are going to be two endurance races. You can see the criteria for the sprint races and the endurance races above, or there, not above, below what. This is the big things though. Teams are back to teams of two. There are different cars. Teammates are not allowed to have the same car in the same week. And we must submit these cars to an admin before 7 p.m. The race takes place at 8:30. Same rules apply after the last season with handicaps. Some drivers have double points. I have two myself this year, which is very generous of them, of the guys at FTRL to give me that. So what are the cars? This is all it comes down to. What are the cars we have available to us? But it is a challenge to use different cars. It's because, you have to plan it out for the season. So my teammate is Aaron. So we've already discussed at length different aspects here. Here are the cars. Chevrolet Corvette. He's all Group 3. Chevrolet Corvette. The AMG GT, Mercedes, obviously AMG. Suzuki VGT. Genesis. The Subaru. BMW M6. Alfa Romeo 4C. And the Hyundai Genesis. So, those are the cars. Eight cars, 8 rounds. Cannot use the same car as my teammate for any of those weeks. I've driven all these cars. And most of them are good. There's a couple ones that are a little squirrely, but we'll get to that. I don't want to give too much away too soon, so to speak. But yeah, so the first track is Lago Maggiore, Lake Maggiore, essentially. So I did running in all the cars to see how I get on. I also run all the tracks as well. Just very briefly the tracks. So Lake Maggiore, Sardinia B, Blue Moon Infield B, Bathurst, which is terrifying prospect. That's one of the endurance races. Tokyo Expressway East, that is going to be so much fun. Monza, Brands Hatch, and Le Mans Endurance to end. Jeez. Ooh, that's going to be a toughie. So, for this first race, I chose the Hyundai. I chose the Hyundai for this first race. I always give away what I was going to do, my plan. I can't give away my plan for the season. I can't be doing that in round 1. Anyways, so that's where we're at, really, with all that. Here's qualifying then. This is obviously the Lake Maggiore. It's a sprint race. I was having real trouble with this track. I was having a lot of trouble with this. Aaron was very helpful in helping me get a bit quicker as well. I really struggled. I'll go through a flying lap at some stage, but I left some extra time in to explain some stuff. Well, yeah, so 8 tracks, 8 cars, no repeats. It's going to be a lot of fun. Some cars are a handful. Some cars are really fun. Some tracks are fun. This is one of the tracks I didn't think I'd be as good at, to be fair. And early practice can suggest that as well. The breakthrough really came on Thursday night, doing a practice session with the guys. I did like a 30 or 53.7 as a PB, but the general race pace was shifting around 54s. So I only did a 53.7 once, otherwise it's a 53.9 that I'd done. So into the first turn here, I struggled braking too early for that turn 1. I want to take it nice and tight, and I upshifted early because this is one of the cars that can get away from you a little bit if you're too quick on the power. So I opted for the safety of just shifting into a higher gear and just getting on the throttle. Like here, I struggle with this corner a lot as well, so I'm up into third immediately because you can spin off at that corner as well if you get too excited on the throttle. Certainly some other cars like the BMW and the Mercedes can be a little bit squirrely as well. Braking there, nice. I want to try and hit this apex, get on the throttle as quickly as you can, and get up to third quite quickly there just to get on the throttle. I was using most of my time here. I struggled to find a braking reference for here, but I need to hit this apex, which I was really struggling to hit, and then try and take as much of this flat as you can. I went into 5th there. I probably went a little bit too early, but it was just to help minimize the wheel spin and carry yourself through. And at 1 minute and 4:10, that's not a bad sector 2 split. So hairpin here, brake around that black box, and let the car roll in. And then get on the throttle again. This has been a clean lap. This is like, sometimes when you're driving, you know when you're quick. This felt, but you have those laps as well where it's clean but doesn't feel quick, but ends up being quick. So that's what this lap kind of was. Anyways, nice and easily through here. Again, hitting this apex quite nicely and on the throttle then. I do think this is a tough track, but it's very enjoyable, I think, when you do get it going. And braking's over here. I struggled a little bit with this last corner for consistency at times, but that was a good last corner, to be fair, using most of the track there on the exit. And we'll come across the line as the checker flag is now out to do a 54-1. And you saw there's a little bit more potential in that time as well. So, yeah, pretty happy with that, to be fair. It's going to give me P7 on the grid, so I really can't complain with that. I did think maybe it'd be a little bit higher, but anyways. This division is really competitive, so, you know. Oh, yeah, sorry, yes, rolling starts are a thing this year, just because there's different cars, and yeah, you just get swamped in qualifying. So, go with 3 on the balance at the rear, because front tyre wear was rough if you don't do it this track, and you'll see that in as well. Shouts to Pagani as well, FTRL Pagani for making the livery as well. I think he obviously worked with Aaron, but obviously for making one for me in this car as well, so I appreciate that. Anyways, we're underway. Just like that, rolling start is a go. And we're going to have a look at Chubbs here heading into turn 1. You see, I could try and get... Yeah, I'll go off the brake a little bit. And on the outside, I'm going to try and drive around the outside. Chubbs get into second gear, get the car rotated. And he keeps that position there. And we've got Mikey behind. Again, nice and easily through the first lap. This is actually one... I think because I'd done so much practice, got a little bit deep there. This is one of the first races in a long time. I didn't feel too nervous. Maybe it's just the start avenue. Maybe it's just because it's a rolling start. But I didn't feel as nervous for this one for some reason. Like, you know, like, not as in, like, when I say nervous, like, everyone has this pre-race jitters. But, like, my left foot isn't shaking on the brake kind of nervous. Like, a bad kind of nervous. Lap number 2. Basically, like, this is where we are the entire race, basically. We were sat behind Cusker and Chubbs. So settle in, because this is what this race 1 was. It was very much just follow Chubbs and Cusker and, you know, put the pressure on. It was intense, like, you know, like, it was intense. We're going to gain a position here, though, because T. Smith's going to spin coming out of that hairpin there. So we're into P6. And really, it's funny to say, but, like, nothing else happened. We just were following Cusker and Chubbs the entire way. These are 2 quick guys, by the way. Chubbs finally goes for his move. I think Cusker's tyres were beginning to go off a bit. You can see my tyres at the bottom there. Chubbs was very patient behind Cusker. Makes his move finally lap 13. And I think I'm definitely quicker at this stage than Cusker, but it's going to be difficult to really get a run. I've been managing the gap behind it. Panda and T. Smith's there and Lee is there. So it has been pressure all race long to keep that gap because, you know, Will's going to be dragging other cars with him. And when you lose one place, that could turn into many. So at this point now, you get Cusker trying to fight back on Chubbs. He gets a poor run out of here. There's no real chance to follow a slipstream or send the car down the inside with the left-hand kink here. So I have to kind of lift off the throttle a bit. And I'm getting nervous because, like, the lead, you know, it's a narrow lead, but over Panda and T. Smith, who obviously we know has got pace. He's the champion of last season. So yeah, I'm nervous at this stage because, like, anything, because once you get, you know, under a second last lap, you know, anything can go, anything can happen. So, you know, I'm a little bit anxious at this stage. It's been, you know, it's not been smooth sailing, so to speak. Like, it has been intense, but anyways, thankfully nothing really came of it. I was able to maintain the gap. Chubbs broke away there at the end, and he's in the Mercedes. The Mercedes is actually, I think, is a really strong car, so he's got that one off the board early. He's going to get himself a P4 for his race here, but coming across the line, hounding Cusker to the line. I think I did well to get a P6 out of that, to be fair. So, look, I make a place up on my starting position. Can't complain with that. Finished, was that 19 seconds behind Aaron then. Absolutely dominant race for him in the Subaru. Just fantastic stuff. What a start for him. What a start. Pole position and the race went on a nearly 5-second win over Pagani. That's outstanding. Good start for the team as well. We have high hopes for our team's bid this season. We think we got a good chance to compete really well here with this group. Some of the other teammate combinations I actually don't even know, because I actually can't remember off the top of my head. I need to do that, to be fair, because it will be a bit more important this season than, especially in a team of 2 than a team of 3. You know, it will be more of a thing. So yeah, excited about that. I left this end slide for a bit too long, but that was fun. It was intense because, it was just, had to be very consistent to keep up with those guys and keep the gap to the guys behind. But yeah. Anyways, moving on into race 2, we're going to be starting P7, I believe, on the reverse. So again, reverse rolling start. I think on P7. 8, excuse me. 13 drivers here. So yeah, now this was going to be tough because I knew obviously that the quicker guys are behind, and we got guys just as quick, if not quicker, in front, like the T Smith, who obviously is quicker. Panda, you know, Chubbs as well is going to be there. Or sorry, Chubbs will be behind us, but anyways, you can see the difference on the start. Like there's T Smith just absolutely gazump past him, and the Subaru's lacking for a little bit of straight line pace as well. So I wish I'd gone the brakes a little bit later though, because T Smith gets through on the inside and they can't take that apex. And so I'm aware there's another car there, so Will gets back through as well. So I could have been looking at 5th there, or 6th rather, and ended up staying in 8th. Anyways, so I'll try and slide down the inside of Will here as well. Again, leaving the space. Go a little bit deep there. And that's going to allow Cusker a chance. I can hear his tyre squealing. That Subaru is super loud, by the way. It's got a pretty nice sound. We'll have plans for that later in the season, but I'm going to go for a move on Will here in the inside here. A bit of bounce. Chubbs, what a switchback. He slips through on both. I've got Cusker on my left, SBY on my right. It's a bit of a mess, and I'm falling through the field a little bit now. Got Aaron behind. I have no intention to hold up Aaron for as long. Absolutely not what I want to do. So as quick as I can, I want to really get out of his way. Thankfully, a natural opportunity presents itself. I can lift off a little bit here, and he goes on the inside. SBY gets a poor run onto this back straight here, so we're going to go 3 wide heading down the hill, and I'm going to strategically place this and let Aaron on the inside, leave him the space, and then try and cover him from the back. So again, just move, give it a little nudge if I need to. Hopefully try and keep this position myself. But the important thing for me at this moment was that Aaron got through and let him get on with it, because he's obviously got a lot of pace. He won the first race. Let him get on with it. He's got a lot to do. I want to cover the inside there just to protect myself, because Pagani now is the car behind. So mission accomplished in the sense, like, I lost 3 positions on that one, not great. But, you know, we managed to escape that. And I knew the race was going to come to me. You know, I try to save the tyres, lift off where I could. And some of these positions will come back to, because I know I've got good pace. There goes one. Katsu with very little practice for this one. He slips through there. And or we slipped through him by him there, and we get with the P10. I knew all I had to do was just follow the leaders as if I could. The pace is quite strong. There's a lot of quick guys in front, so we just have to do our best with what we can. And, you know, obviously the likes of Pagani here, who's alongside me, you know, like, he's gonna go. You know, he's gonna go. We just try and follow as best as we can and take advantage of the chaos that the leaders have, in the sense of, you know, like, try and get through guys that they're quicker than and catch up that way, but just keep it consistent, to keep the tyres as best as I can, but not drop away too much. I don't want to drop away. I don't want to save tyres while chasing the leaders, because that's not going to do any good. I lost out here to SBY as well, so he's going to slip through on the inside. I understeered into that part of the corner. So anyways, so yeah, that's where we're at the moment. So I can't save tyres right now. I cannot save tyres right now. Chasing the leaders, I have to go with them, and then the tyre saving can come through as we're trying to pick off some of the field. So lap number 3, some of our work will be done for us. So this is the chaos I'm talking about in front. Those guys. First off is Chubbs. So Chubbs is off, and we gain a position back. That's P10. So again, we're close to, like, look at, Pagani's right there, Aaron's right there, SPY's right there. You know, we're close to these guys. We have to keep with them. We have to keep following them. And when they lose time, bunch behind, that's where we're going to make some of our time back up. So they get by Pete. Pete's a drop, like, oh, big hit there from Katz. So that was tough. I knew it was race critical for me to get by Pete as soon as possible. Like, I can't lose time stuck behind these guys. I know I've got good pace. I have to find a way to overtake. This is the kind of pressure situation that I'm getting used to now. I have to get by these guys, and I have to do it quickly. Otherwise, if I lose 2 seconds, you know, it's much harder to make that back up against these guys. So I have to get this done quickly. I can see on exit I'm much quicker. Get a good run on the outside here, and yeah, good run there. I was like, I'm gonna go for it. I had to go for it down the inside, so I go for the move. He bounces off the car a bit. He took quite a wide entry and then just kind of swung in as he would, but I stuck myself up the inside there. So I watched the replay. It wasn't bad at all. So Yep, got that move done and have to get on with it now. Lap number 5. Cusker is going to lose it in front off of the way up the road there, and he tried to. I think he expected me to go to the left, and he was going to the right. I was already trying to plan ahead, so yeah. Oh, by the way, I've done a 53.9 in the race session. By the way, both race 1 and race 2, I did a 53.9. So like, pace was good. Like, the low 54s and high 59s. That's a solid pace. We're up into 8th now, so we're trying again. The guys in front finished ahead of us in the race, like the Pagani, Aaron, SBY. They finished in the top 3. So, I'm not too discouraged leaving them, so to speak. I'm more so taking note of Cusker and Chubbs, who are, got good pace, as good pace, if not better than I. And the lead grew up to 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds as they battled. We're going to gain up position here as Lee here, I think, has an off, so we're going to gain one position there, and we're up to 7th. So all of a sudden, having been in like P12 or P11, we've managed to salvage a P7 out of this so far. But I knew that no lead was safe, so I was pushing hard. I was not comfortable at any stage with Cusker and Chubbs behind. I had to keep pushing. I was constantly watching sector times. Lap number 8. So Mikey in front. I was looking at the replay. His fronts were so dead at this stage. It was rough. He was lapping in the 55s, 56s. He was really struggling, and I'd caught him quite quickly. He was leading the race for a bit, and he's dropping like a stone, and you can see how the tire wear is killing him. I have to get by him. Like, I cannot lose any time behind him with Cusker and Chubbs there. So I'm going to go for another move down the inside here. Go a bit deep. He'd actually gone deep as well. So I thought, at the time, I thought I'd overshot that and completely come into his line. That wasn't really the case. On the replay, he went deep as well. So we get by. That was a critical move. And now, the lap now was just to pull away as best as I could, which didn't really happen until, I say, Sector 3, but we managed to get that done. And I'm still pushing very hard. And now we've got some purpose in front. Will has got himself a penalty, and he's slowed right down. So the gap that we were kind of just, settling into behind, now we've got someone to chase. And I know I'm just as quick as Will. So we're going to go for it. The gap, I knew Mikey was going to keep the others entertained, so to speak, busy with Cusker and Chubbs. So, and then Cusker ended up going wide. Lap 14, I got close, man. I got close to Will. I was chasing. These last 2 laps are really strong. I did 54s in the last 2 laps here. The pace was better pace on those last 2 laps than some of the guys at the front who were doing 55s. So pace was strong at to end the race here. Again, just with Will coming into the fray here, I think that definitely gave me a little bit of something to chase. Anyway, 2 P6s. Really pleased about that. Aaron got up to P2, so double podium. So fantastic stuff. Really, really great result for both of us there. Couldn't have asked for much more. I couldn't have asked for much more from those 2 races, to be honest. Here are the standings after race 1, or week 1 rather. You can see Aaron then is top, and I'm in 6th, which, I mean, 2 6th places, I guess, we could round out to a nice round P6. I can't complain with that. 2 wildcards to use. I haven't decided what tracks I'm using. It actually only occurred to me during the week after the race, but I'm actually missing week 3 Blue Moon, which I'm really annoyed about. I wish I was missing Bathurst, but no, I'm missing the oval that I wanted so badly. So yeah, a little frustrated by that. So we got 2 handicaps to make up for it somewhat. They'll be used later in the season. I have a rough idea where I'd like to use them, but anyways, here's the standings for that. Is the team, the constructors. So happy days with myself and Aaron in way by double digits at the moment. So nice early lead at least. But look, we both know that it's not going to be always as smooth as how things went in Lake Maggiore. So yeah. We'll have to can't rest on our laurels, and plenty of sweat has already gone in for the next round, which is at Sardinia. Sardinia B is the layout that we're going to be using. So yeah, should be fun. Hopefully, we'll see. And yeah, thanks for watching, and until next time.